You can chase the world or awaken to your soul, but the longer you try to live in both, the more you'll feel like a stranger in your own life. True freedom begins the moment you decide which world owns you, the choice you never thought you'd have to make. You feel it, don't you? That tug of war inside you. One part of you is drowning in deadlines, bills, and responsibilities, while another whispers in the quiet moments, there's something more. You scroll past spirituality videos, feeling a pull, but then the real world calls. Work, family, expectations. You are torn between two worlds, the material and the spiritual. The logical mind tells you to stay grounded, hustle, achieve, but your soul, it's restless. It craves something deeper, something that money, status, and recognition can't give. You try to silence the inner voice with distractions, but it doesn't go away. Every so often it nudges you, a sudden déjà vu, a dream too vivid to ignore, a feeling of knowing without explanation. And the question looms over you. Where do you truly belong? You tell yourself you can balance both, but what happens when the scales tip? The seduction of the material world. Let's be honest, the material world has its hooks in you. It's fast, exciting, and rewards instant gratification. The rush of achievement, the high of success, the dopamine hit of likes and recognition, it's addictive. Society tells you this is the path. Work hard, make money, climb the ladder. And it feels good, doesn't it? To be admired, to be desired, to be someone. But deep down, there's an emptiness you can't explain. You buy things to fill it, chase validation to numb it, drown in entertainment to escape it. But in the quiet moments, the doubt creeps in. Is this all there is? You push the thought away, convincing yourself that more success, more possessions, more status will fix it. Yet the more you have, the more hollow you feel. It's like drinking salt. Water momentarily satisfying, but leaving you thirstier than before. The call of the spiritual world. Then there's the other side, the part of you that longs for stillness, for something real. You felt it before, in those rare moments when time slows down and everything just makes sense. Maybe it was a breathtaking sunset, a deep conversation, a dream so vivid, it felt like a message. These moments call to you, whispering truths you can't quite put into words. You've dabbled, haven't you? Maybe tried meditation, read about past lives, or noticed strange synchronicities. But each time you step towards it, doubt kicks in. This isn't practical. This won't pay the bills. What if people think I've lost it? So, you retreat back into the comfort of logic and routine. But the whispers don't stop. If anything, they grow louder, pulling at the edges of your reality, making you question everything. Walking the tightrope between both worlds. You decide to live in both worlds, balancing the seen and the unseen. You work your job, meet expectations, play the game. But at night, you dive into the mysteries, reading sacred texts, practicing mindfulness, feeling something shift inside you. At first, it feels empowering, like you've found the secret to life. You think you can master both worlds, have the best of both realities. But the more you awaken, the harder it gets. The things you once enjoyed start to feel empty. Conversations feel shallow. The goals that once motivated you now seem pointless. You try to ignore it, but it gnaws at you, like an itch you can't scratch. You find yourself questioning reality, questioning yourself, and worst of all, the people around you don't understand. You start to feel like an outsider in both worlds, too spiritual for the material world, too material for the spiritual. The breaking point. Then it happens, the moment of truth. Maybe it's a crisis, a deep loss, or simply waking up one day realizing you don't recognize yourself anymore. The illusion shatters. Everything you built your life around suddenly feels like a lie. The job, the relationships, the goals, they don't fulfill you anymore. You see through the illusion of control, of permanence, of success, and it terrifies you. This is the moment where most people turn back, clinging desperately to the old, pretending they never questioned it, but not you. No, something inside. You refuses to go back to sleep. You realize you can't serve two masters. The more you try, the more it rips you apart. You have to choose. Stay in the comfort of illusion or step into the unknown. And the unknown, it's terrifying. But something about it feels right. Surrendering to the unknown, you let go. Not all at once, but little by little. You stop trying to force yourself to fit into a world that never truly felt like home. You release the need for constant validation, the obsession with being somebody. You begin to trust something greater than yourself. It's not easy. Old habits die hard. The ego screams for control. Fear whispers doubts. But then, something incredible happens. The more you surrender, the freer you feel. You start attracting the right people, the right experiences. Synchronicities become undeniable. You feel guided, aligned, alive. The material world doesn't own you anymore. You own your place in it. And that is true power, the new way of being. Now you walk differently. You see through the illusions, but you play the game consciously. Money, it's a tool, not an identity. Success, it's measured in fulfillment, not titles. Relationships, they're built on truth, not attachment. You are in the world, but no longer of it. You move with purpose, knowing you are here for something greater. People sense it in you. Some admire it, some fear it, but you don't need their approval anymore. You have something most people spend their lives chasing, but never find. Inner peace. The battle is over. You have chosen your path, not one of extremes, but of mastery. You exist in both worlds, but on your terms. The choice is yours. So now the question is yours to answer. Which world will you let define you? Will you keep running in circles, chasing things that leave you empty? Or will you step into something greater, something real? The pull you feel isn't an accident. It's a call, your call. And you can ignore it, drown it out, pretend it's not there, but it won't stop. Because deep down, you already know the truth. This world is not all there is. And once you see that, you can never unsee it. The only thing left to do, decide what you're going to do about it. If this spoke to your soul, it's because you were meant to hear it. You weren't born to just exist. You were chosen for greatness. Step into your power, embrace your path, and never look back. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, so you never miss a message meant for you. Your journey is just beginning.